Okay, coming down to the last half hour of the day. Looks as though ended up having a pretty busy day. So far we have 13 longs established off the scan from the weekend. Looks as though we've got, let's see, 3, 5, 7, 8. We have 8 exits or sells. So we're about 29.40 on our sells. Let's take a look at the profit charts. If you've been following us any amount of time, you'll know that this is, we need to put this on here, but 3 accounts combined. Somebody asked about that. Equaling 120K approximately. Just so people understand that. But it still comes down to we're not taking any losses, okay? We're looking at, what, 353 days now. It's important to remember that if you're not taking losses, that means you're not using stop losses, which means when you're buying these positions, you're in it for life, okay? You have to take this approach to it if you never want to take losses. Now, the whole idea is you're managing your account quite differently than what they tell you across the board. I've been doing this for 27 years, and we're going to have that ebook coming out probably within the next couple of weeks. We had a little stumbling block with the last person that was working on it, so we've had to reassess and get it to where it needs to be. But the interesting thing is knowing how much that you have in your account. These are all based on all the accounts that we're showing you are under 100,000. So I think let's just go through them so you get a better understanding. Okay, so one account has a total of 28,181. It's constantly fluctuating based on, obviously the price of the stocks. Okay, and then another one, you have a 34. Just say 30, make it 34.5, and then another one. This one will have, I think it's 60 something. Yeah, 69,016. So all three are under 100,000, but combined they come up to about 120,000. Okay, so at the end of the day, what you're looking for is, can you make profit? Each one of these accounts, if you look, you can see here 8.72%. That's overall on the account on this particular portfolio. And they vary, right? 8.7 or 8.17 and 5.35. So when you're looking at these, you're saying, okay, well, how can I make any money off of that? And it's like, well, that's if that's all you do is just buy, sit, and hold, you'll get that percentage. But that dividend yield is kind of misleading because that's constantly fluctuating too. Make sure that you're not falling in that trap. Know how much you're making on dividends, because if the price goes down, your dividend yield goes up, and vice versa. If your price is going down, if your price is going up, your dividend yield is going down. So you just got to keep that in the back of your head. So when you're looking around, there's a lot of different strategies on how to get into different stocks. Now this has got to be your portfolios. Most people, when they're getting into this, you got the young 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old, they want to trade options and everything, and their mom, dad give them, or maybe they have a job where they've got $2,500, they throw it in there and they lose it in a couple months. Or you got the protege that's out there that, all of a sudden just starts, nailing it. Boom, 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 boom. So now all of a sudden he's got 10,000. So now he starts going bigger, right? So what happens is he's being trained how to gamble. It's what we want is we're trying to take the money out of the market and never give it back. Okay? We never want to give money back to the market. That's the fastest way to stay like right at even or go down. Because when you're gambling, you will take losses. They admit that, but you want to make your wins bigger than your losses. So how is it that putting a 1 for 2, you say, okay, well, hey, or 2 for 1, say I have to go twice as much as my loss, right, to make any money. Well, which is closer? If you look on a timeline, if you're looking at probabilities, if you're using that scheme of 2 to 1, what's your chances of hitting? It's 50% better that you're going to take a loss, right, than you're going to get a win, because it's that you have a 50-50 chance on the price going up, you have a 50-50 chance of it going down. So don't make that mistake. I mean, if you're going to use stop losses, the smarter thing would be to go further away, right? But then what happens? Your losses outstrip your gains. So if you're going even, right, then you're break even. So if you're going to be taking losses, it's kind of like in the grocery business, I mean, or any kind of business. If you're taking losses, you're going to go out of business. It's plain and simple. So you can only do it for so long and you run out of cash, right? It's this common problem that everybody seems to know where the market's going, or we're going to play the probabilities to one side or the other. It's like, well, how about never taking a loss? So the philosophy is, if you have a company that's paying you dividends, right, it means the company itself is making money, right? Or so you assume, right, because they're paying a dividend. So if you can get that either monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually, I really like the first two, monthly and quarterly. I like to get paid as fast as possible. So if you've got thousands of stocks, they're all paying you $1 each month. You're making $1,000 a month, right? And I'm just talking, say, one portfolio, and you got 1,000 different stocks, and you could get $1 every quarter. So let's make it 90 cents, so 30 cents a month, right? What are you going to do? You're just going to continue to stockpile cash. So when we look at this, where is it? Lost it there. There we go. So when we look at this and we see that dividends are coming in almost every day, and this is why it's important to, first off, look at your statements. I mean, no less than, once a week. I mean, you can do it every day. I look at everything every day because I want to know across 15 different accounts if something's happened. If let's say a stock just gets wiped off the charts, that would be a loss. We haven't experienced any losses in 353 days. So this is the approach that we take. With no losses, and we constantly want to bring money in. So this is an average of 44.10 per day in profits and 27.77 in dividends. Now, of course, we still have an outstanding dividend accruals of 436 as of yesterday, or Friday, because it was Friday was the last day, and yesterday was Sunday. So you can see each of these last couple months, right? We haven't done it. We can go back and do this, but I try to do this all live so people, that question it can follow it. So you can see that our profits were accelerating. They weren't as even if you look at those ones, right? It accelerated. You can see the big two jumps right here. These are days where we force the sale, right? Because we're going to end up with zero. We want to keep that average up high. So we close out positive positions. We never close out a negative position. Why? Because that would be taking a loss. So if this market goes down by half, your account's down by half, right? So you'd be down, market value is $17,000, right? Well, is that true? No, it'd actually be on the cost basis. So you would take this down, let's say it was 28, you'd be down to 14, plus whatever cash that you have left over. You'd have 25. So it's misleading. This wouldn't go down half. It's just your cost basis that would go down half. So knowing that, what we're looking for now is, how can you make money in this market? And it's just constantly coming in. So look, we put out videos. You can find them over on YouTube on our channel. We put out a monthly statement here at the end of this week. Well, actually, it'll be past Tuesday, because we're going to take the 31st as our last day, and then we'll start another chart. But this way, you'll be able to, figure out, what we're doing, and you can learn from that. It's just a simpler way to approach taking money out of the market. Never give it back. People play it all the time, and there's some people that do really well at options. It's a little too risky for me. I've done them in the past. I still play them, but it's in a different context. It's still investing what I do, and I only sell puts. So I'm ready to take possession of them on the larger accounts. But on these smaller accounts, you need to build them up to a point where you can, get into that strategy and learn how to make money a little faster on larger sums. And it's all about managing money, and it is boring. I mean, this has to be the most boring thing, unless you like working with numbers, which I do. But overall, it's pretty boring. So majority of the clients that I've taught, what they do is they put their orders in, and they go to work or go on vacation, do whatever they're going to do, and they come back and they look at it and say, oh, I had to buy, I need to put my sell in. They have it down. It's a disciplined action that they do. They don't sit there and think, what am I going to do? Now, it's up to you what type of profits you want to take, but when you start understanding the mean and what we're doing here, if you follow this for a little bit, you may stick with it. You may want to, get a little bit more, but the main thing is the rules work. Now, I've been through up markets, down markets. The system still works. So I was hoping that we'd have an extended down move so I could explain to some of my other clients that, show them exactly what's going to be happening, because some people can't see it. They get scared, but a lot of people understand that, okay, well, I'm not going to lose money unless I sell. Now, if the thing goes out of business, that's one thing, right? But we're not too concerned, because we're sticking with companies that are making money, right? Because they're paying dividends. If they stop paying dividends, then why would you keep investing in them? It's kind of like a growth stock. I mean, you're really taking a risk on a growth stock, and I'm not going. That's why so many people want to play the options, because let's play Tesla. Well, I ain't got that kind of money. I ain't got $900, or I ain't got $600, or I ain't got $400 to buy one share. It's like, well, if they paid dividends, I'd be all over it if it showed up on the scan. But as far as it goes right now, I mean, if you want to play volatility, they're not the best ones to play. You need to be involved in cryptos. Cryptos have the best volatility, and I mean, you can just look at the returns here, right? So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not even through the day, because that'll go till 8 o'clock in the morning when it switches over to the next day. So we're up to 763.97. That's just in crypto. And this is playing small. You play big, you lose big, right? You got to know what your scale is going to be. If you can figure out your scale, and I can help people with that, but I'll never tell you what to invest in. Just understand that it's all about scale. If you're going into something thinking that, oh, I'm going to make $1 million off this, $50 bet, it's like, I'm sure it's possible, but chances are you're probably going to lose that $50. Or you're just going to sit there and watch it for the rest of your life, and it's not going to make any money. It's not going to do anything. There's some stocks that I have that are sitting there like that. They stop paying dividends, right? But maybe one day they start paying dividends again. Or maybe the company goes bankrupt. You never know. They stop paying dividends, that's not a good sign, right? Which means something happened. Maybe the CEO is embezzling all kinds of money. I don't really care what the CEO of a company does. I don't care what they sell. If they can pay me dividends on whatever they're selling, I have no problem owning it. As long as it comes into our scan. We have, a proprietary algorithm that allows us to pick the better ones without having to look through so much information. And just look at our results. But yep, there's a lot of black box systems out there, and we're not one of those. We're very versatile, but we do have rules. All right. And if you follow the rules, your chances are exponentially higher than flying by the seat of your pants or following some indicator or chart analysis or going through years and years and years worth of data analysis to try to figure out what to buy. And meanwhile, the stock price has moved $5 up. Right? We know what we're doing on a week-to-week basis. I was thinking that KRC might do something, but hard to say. Don't really care. It's just one of those ones that's kind of on the radar, so we go over the mosaic. We're just basically paying more attention. If something triggers off here, we got about 17 minutes left before the close, and I got to take the dogs to the park. It's a nice, relaxing day. Let's see what's going on with the cryptos. Looked at them a little bit. Yeah, we're looking to close out a position at 26.18 on Ethereum. It's running 25.77. Bitcoin, we're looking to get at 41.559. Oh, I just sold something else. What was that? Oh, we sold at okay. So we sold at 38.82 just a few seconds ago. Interesting. Now we'll go back over here, down to Bitcoin. Now, if you don't know what I'm doing here, do not try to follow this. 1849. All right. Go back in at 36,979. All right, so we made 1849 off that trade. Now we're up to 782. It's like 77.38 on the day. Not too bad. Let's see what else is going on here. Our next sell on that's 41,559, so we're at 2,000. And let's see, 20. Oh, damn! We just jumped right over that, and I was just talking about that. So Ethereum. I'm glad I hung around. I was going to go to the park early today, but I decided to just hang tight. Okay, so we're going to change this from 22.21. Zero that, and this one's now 25.30. Okay. So Ethereum 0.1. Go back in at 25.30. Okay. And 26.18. Should have wrote that down as 26.18. All right, so we're up over 800. Not too bad. Let's check the others because this thing's taking off here. Whoa. Yeah. LTC. Looking to close that at 191. And 677, we need to go to 690. We're charging high on Bitcoin. I don't know what came out, but yeah, it's going a little bit crazy there. Gotta love it. It's up 39,570. Come on, pump it a little more there. 41. Yeah, 41,559. If it breaks 40, I mean, it was down below 40 for, let's see, 4 days, 3 days. This will be the 4th day if it stays below it. Nobody knows where it's going. It could hit 40 and go down to 0. It could hit 40, go to 80. You just don't know. But if you ain't got skin in the game, guess what? You're not going to make anything. You can lose some too, right? But put 50 bucks in it and see what happens. Too many people scared to death. Perfect opportunity, probably once in a lifetime opportunity to make some real money without having to go through brokerage. Well, it's a broker, you got to go through or whatever, but the volatility is crazy. I mean, stay small. Yeah, I got 6 minutes left. Let me see what I'm texting some people. All right, I need to get my orders back. Well, I already got those orders back in there. Yeah, and the adjustment. We made all our adjustments. So yeah, and we're still pulling down the profit off the off our investments. So these 3 accounts here. All right. So that's what we're looking for. We know that the accounts, if it can bring in 1,600, all you got to do, we'll just make it a round number. Divide that by 120K. Okay. That's for 1 month, right? So you multiply that by 100. This gives you your percentage, 1.33. Multiply that by 12. You can average that per month. That's 16% on your money. 16% on your money, people. Okay. Don't get fooled by all the people that are telling you, because they're making money off of your losses. Don't take losses. Don't be stupid. So how you don't take losses is you don't flirt around with leveraged money. That's the easiest way to lose money. If you just want to donate your money to the futures market, go for it. Remember, it's got a time limit on it, and you might get lucky. You know, pick a direction for 90 days and go with it. I've gotten lucky a couple times on it, but you have a minimum amount. Then they went down to micros. Why? Because they wanted to get everybody involved in it. They want everybody to lose money. That's how they make money. But you got algorithmic trading machines that will take out everybody. I mean, it'll just go in one direction forever, you know. And then once they've exhausted all of those people, then it goes the other direction. The markets aren't what they used to be. It's obvious, you can see it. So what you need to do is just stay tight and take profit constantly. If you're doing that, you can't lose. But the majority of people, they want They want to win like a slot machine. They want to put that quarter in there, and they want the jackpot. That's the thinking in today's society. Stupid. Lottery ticket. Now the closest thing to a lottery ticket is going to be your Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I wouldn't say any of the cryptos, but a large majority of these cryptocurrencies are really going to pay off well. I couldn't tell you which ones. I mean, I'm only involved in 4. I don't need to be involved in any more. I mean, I go so small in them that, you know, if I can, what, $100 today for doing what? Punching a button, having a strategy, don't take losses, don't go too big. If I put more money in it, then it changes your scale, right? But I'm not going to put more money into it. Why should I? With the amount of volatility in it, I mean, if you had $5,000, you should be able to make $5,000 if you take it 10% each time. Every time you make, if you made 10% on a $5,000 investment, that's $500. It takes you 10 occurrences to double your money. Yet all the people on the sidelines are saying that it's going to crash. It's like, okay, well, it's a 5,000. If you just, let's say you did half and it crashed, well, you're only down $2,500. As long as you stay small, break your money up into tenths. That would be a starting point. We got to go to 741. So we got $50 moves on that. I wonder if Bitcoin's going to go flying up above that or not. Looks like it's stuck. The order's coming in there. Refresh this. The volatility's picking up. 39. It's fixing to break 40. Might get a big jump over 40. Be fine. Yeah, well, the regular market is closed.
Market data connection lost.
Just like that, huh? It'll bump back on.
Market data connection reestablished.
Thank you. All right, so we didn't do too bad today. We got done what we needed to get done. 29.43 on the day for our trades. We got 13 new positions established. And dividends, they are what they are, right? So we'll keep an eye on that, but we got to get the dogs outside, so I got to call it quits for today, and we'll be back on in the morning at a regular time.